All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Ebony again, a.k.a. Fit Mom Diva of Simplicity Health Style. And today we have Miss Erika with us. How are you, Erika?
I'm doing well. Hope all is well with you.
Yes, thank you. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with us and drop some jewels. For those of you that stick around to the end, you'll have an opportunity to earn a complimentary gift. So stick around and see what Miss Erika wants to share with us. So, Erika, just so that we get to know a little bit more about you up front, can you share one motivational quote that really inspires you, something that gets you going and encourages you?
Yes, absolutely. I was talking about how I liked Michelle Obama and how she has her new book out, and she has some really awesome quotes in there, and I couldn't pick all of them. So I picked a quote from Simone Biles, and I wrote it down because it's a little lengthy, but she says that a successful competition for me is going out there, putting 100% into whatever I'm doing. And it's not always about winning, but gaining the confidence to do anything and having fun. So I think that that's like one of the most, I added a little bit onto that too, because basically in what she was saying, it's like, you can do anything, but it's not always about a competition for, just the win. It's about having fun and doing what you feel like your purpose is and doing, what you love. So I feel like that's like a good life quote to go by.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I truly believe that when we can inject fun into what we're doing, it makes it feel better for us. And it also makes it feel better for other people around us because generally speaking, people like to be around people that are sunshine.
Yeah.
I don't know too many people that want to be around someone that is glum, can't put
Right.
a smile on their face.
Right. And unfortunately, there are some people like that in life, but hopefully we can grab enough inner sunshine and hope to spread some level of love. But that's a really good way to look at life, is just to kind of be a light.
Yes, and we all have our bad days. We all have
Yeah.
things come up where we're not at our best, and that's completely normal. We're all
Yeah.
human beings. So, I mean, you're going to have those bad days. Can
Yeah.
you talk a little bit about a time in your life where you didn't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel and maybe things weren't going according to plan as you expected and things just came up out of nowhere? But at the end of the day, you were able to see your goal or that dream to fruition.
Well, I feel like currently I'm still kind of going through that process. And in life, I mean, I'm 27. I just turned 27 in September, and I feel like sometimes there is, especially as far as where I feel like I see myself career wise, and I'm also getting married, and I'm also in a master's program right now. So there's a lot of not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But I've done it before. I have my bachelor of science in health science and community health, and at that point I always felt like I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I didn't know what direction health science would carry me into. But right now, I feel like I'm still just kind of figuring myself out, figuring out where my strengths are, where my weaknesses are, figuring out exactly what path I want to go down within health science. And I feel like I'm still really still figuring that out. But as far as I know right now, I'm pretty happy. Of course, with my career, I would like for it to I have bigger dreams, obviously, than what's going on right now. But I feel like I'm in a good space, and I'm, you know, everything that I've probably hoped for in life when I was studying. Just to kind of have an understanding, to gain that understanding of like what I would want to do within my background. I think that that's all. Like, I'm still in the process of figuring all that out, and right now I feel like I'm learning a lot of things that are going to carry me into, or a lot of skills that are going to carry me into, just growth. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still working on that light at the end of the tunnel. So
Yeah, and thank you so much for being honest about that because sometimes we feel like, well, man, when is this going to end? But
yeah,
we are always growing and we're always learning. And I think the sooner that we can understand that life is always going to be a growth process, the more we
yes,
can begin to enjoy it and just understand that this is what life is about. And I think that if we had things too super simple, we wouldn't necessarily appreciate
Right.
of our achievements. And I also think that with challenges comes just a sense of adventure sometimes,
Yeah.
just things
Yeah.
don't grow too stale.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Totally agree.
Oh, can you talk a little bit about support system? Because there are some people that they know exactly what they want to do, but they don't necessarily have the type of support system that they feel can carry them through. And for a lot of people, that is what derails them. They're like, I know what I want, but nobody around me can help offer me help offer me any kind of support to really get me there and get me
Yeah.
there as quickly as I would like to. So can you talk
Mhm.
a little bit about that?
Well, I always think that I think especially with women sometimes within the Black community especially, that sometimes we tend to not talk about things,
Yeah.
and that is one of my biggest weaknesses. It's like something that it's kind of a defense mechanism for me. From, we all have stuff from our childhood and our past of what we go through and what kind of things that we build up to protect ourselves. But at the same time, talking about just anything, your career, your spiritual health, your mental wellness, it's just something that I find as I get older that it's just important to share.
Yeah.
It's important to share because there is mending and mentioning. So I always say that now because it makes sense to just talk, because you never know who's out there having the same, struggles that you're having, or having, difficulties. And, you never know, some of your testament can maybe help bring them from a situation where they felt like they didn't have support in. So we have to find support in each other. I find that there's always someone that you can look up to. There's always someone that you can get information from. There's always a resource out there for you. And also, it's just a healing moment when you can just talk about things that are sometimes bothering you, and you'll be surprised to see that, you're not the only one out here with the same struggle, and that you might actually be able to get some help from some of those people who may have shared with someone else and benefited from, just speaking out. So I don't have personally, I feel like I don't have a large circle of friends, so I tend not to talk with a lot of different people for reasons. But I think that there's always a person that you can go to. Just could be a stranger, but you have to kind of strip down, you know, strip down the wall and try to not be. I don't know. I don't want to say sensitive, because that's something that, people have sensitivities, but you don't want to, block your blessings. You just want to try to be open and just be not trusting of everyone, but just trust that what you're doing is going to benefit you in the end. So you just have to be open and talk. That's
Yeah.
what I find. Sorry for the noise. My fiance especially is someone that I can always go and talk to. And
I can barely hear you, Erika. Can you talk a little bit louder?
yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to move, because I think it's gonna get pretty noisy right now. So let me try
Okay.
to go to a window. I'm sorry. I
That's
don't know.
okay. While you're moving, I'll respond to that. I totally agree. And I also don't think that you need a whole, city to talk to. I think that sometimes my best therapy moments are just talking to one of my friends that I know will sit and listen to any and everything I say. And
Yeah.
I could literally talk to her for 2 hours straight, and she's just going to accept what I have to say. I mean, she'll offer her advice, and she'll help support me and give me wisdom and encouragement in the way that it needs to be given. But it's just something about being able to vent and being heard. And that's also one of the reasons why I created a Facebook group. And for those of you that stick around to the end, you'll see my Nutrition for Busy Women Facebook group link in the comments in the description box. I invite you to join, because if you're ever looking for a group of positive, like-minded ladies that are purpose-driven, you'll find them in my group. They're not always as vocal as they want to be, because we all have busy lives, but you'll always find the support. And the reason why I create that group and I create this interview series and I write my blog articles and I connect with all different women is because of what Erika just said. Sometimes it's just having people in your circle that have gone through similar things. I just recently met someone not too long ago, about maybe 6 months ago, and she probably knows, I don't know, everything about me that someone that's known me for 10 years and probably knows. So I think that there are some people that you just naturally click with, and when you click with those people, keep them close because those are the people that are going to help you through a difficult moment. So can you talk a little bit about self-care? Because as we know, there are times where you need to take some time away from your circle and just spend time by yourself and just doing what really feeds your spirit. So can you maybe talk about some of your own self-care techniques and the relationship between taking care of yourself and you being able to have the energy and vitality to realize your dreams?
Yes. So one of the things that I like to do self-care for myself, I really like to, I think it's important for people to have a space that they really feel very comfortable in. And I know for me, that's just in my bedroom. I have a little rug, a little furry rug that I put my feet on, and I have my like computer, and I have my diffuser over there. So that's kind of like my Zen station. And a lot of the times I like to just kind of give myself little facials and just chill. So that's, I feel like, I don't find pleasure in like going out or anything anymore for the most part. It's more about just taking time and like slowing down and being able to just kind of mend myself from the day. And I think that that's one of my things that I like love doing. A little red wine never hurt, and
Yeah.
that always gets added. And I think that that's really kind of what like makes me feel.
Yeah, it looks like you got disconnected real quickly there, but I heard what you said. And I think that self-care is, different for everybody. I don't think that you have to do it a certain way. I think that in the end, it's really just feeling like you took time to yourself for yourself and you just feel like you gained energy as opposed to being in a situation or doing something that maybe sounds good, but in all actuality, it drained your energy or maybe it
Right.
left you broke. Maybe
Yeah.
you thought, self-care should be you go get a $1,000 massage because somebody else chose to do it. And now you're depressed because like, man, I didn't have that money to spend and I spent
Right.
it anyway because it sounded good. I think that sometimes it could be something as simple as go get a coloring book and color. Go
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
a walk, go and plant some flowers. It could be anything that feels good to your soul.
Yes. I totally agree.
Any of you that are listening, if you feel like you have ladies in your circle that, some of the things that we're talking about today, they would benefit from listening to, I strongly encourage you to share this out. I am a strong proponent of networking and collaborating with ladies and getting different ideas about how to take care of ourselves because that's not always easy, especially when you have children like I do and you have all these different responsibilities with your career and you are trying to be a great person in life, but sometimes it becomes difficult to manage your time effectively. I strongly encourage you to join the Nutrition for Busy Women group that I suggested, and you guys will get a complimentary gift to help aid you in that area, as well as learning what your core life purpose is. Because a lot of times we can't really make effective decisions because we don't really know what we're about. And I'm all for people understanding what lights them up, what their strengths and gifts are, what their personality type is. And you get all of those assessments free of charge so that there's no reason why you don't have a foundation to start building the life that you want for yourself. Erika, do you have any last words that you want to share with us before we end?
I don't know. Just, I guess, take care of yourself out there and try to figure out. I feel like me personally, this year especially has just been about me trying to find out what I really like and spending a little bit more time with myself and getting to understand myself. So now I think that that's not something that everybody does, or everybody is at a point in their life when they really can kind of sit and reflect on, you know, just decisions that they've made past and are going to make in the future. So I just think that anyone who's watching, just take, I don't know, just take self care seriously. And you'll find that out later on. But I think that it's really been helping me to kind of identify who I am and what I want to do in the end. So I think that those are my lasting words.
Yes, and if you guys are out of ideas on how to help heal yourself and give yourself the clarity that you need and just move forward with something. You're not going to be able to achieve everything in a day or in a week, but just making baby steps a lot of times is still making progress in a way that feels good to you. So
Yeah.
I encourage you to connect with me, and you can connect with Erika. All her contact info will be in the description box, but I strongly encourage you to connect with me if you're looking for that type of support. And I would love to support you in your endeavors as well. And if you want to talk about any of your life experiences, you want to talk about your challenges and your successes, so that you can also connect with other ladies around the world, I encourage you to reach out to me, and I will definitely interview you in an upcoming interview series. Erika,
Okay.
I appreciate you. I really do. And I strongly encourage you, as time goes on, if you become an even bigger shot in this world, to come back and talk to us again. You had some awesome
Yes.
stuff to share.
Okay.
For all of you listening, no matter where you are in this world, I hope that you have an incredible year. And always remember to live a life full of meaning and purpose. I'll talk to you guys soon.